Okay, this afternoon we're going to make a cheesy crab dip, and we have a big event coming up this week, and we're going to be doing several kinds of dips and other items. So I thought we would just share this recipe with you. So it's pretty straightforward, easy to make. We're going to start with an 8-ounce package of cream cheese, and you can either get the low fat or the full cheese. And then you just simply add 2 teaspoons of garlic, or you could add a clove garlic if you want to use the fresh clove garlic. 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. And my husband loves Frank's hot sauce. That goes on everything he makes. Breakfast, eggs, whatever he likes. So the family really enjoys Frank's hot sauce. 2 tablespoons of Miracle Whip. Calls for mayonnaise, but I typically use Miracle Whip when I'm making salads or whatever I use. 3/4 tablespoon of lemon juice. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And I'm actually going to stir this around a little bit before I add the last 2 ingredients. If you were in a hurry and you didn't have time for your cream cheese to sit out, I would just suggest using a mixer, either a stand mixer or a hand mixer. And then we're going to add the crab meat, so 1 6-ounce can of crab meat. And what we like to do with the crab meat is drain it, and you can either just drain it in the can, squeeze out all of the juice, and if you feel like there's still a little bit too much juice in your crab meat, then you can just put it on a plate that's lined with wax paper. Okay, so 1 cup of shredded cheddar, and it can either be the finely shredded cheddar or a little thicker, wider rather. I've looked at different recipes, and one recipe I saw also added pepper jack. So depending on how spicy you would like your crab dip, you could add a different kind of cheese. So just kind of experiment. One of the recipes I was also going to use did not add the garlic, so we like garlic when we're doing different foods, so I just added the garlic. So a lot of the different items that you make, you can just really kind of experiment with a little bit. So as I said, we're making this for an event, actually for tomorrow. So I had already pre-made some of our dips. So I'm actually just going to add this to my baking pan, and you just put it in a shallow. Actually, this recipe was double this, so I was using 2 packages of cream cheese. And in that recipe, it was going to have you put the finished dip in a 9 by 13 inch pan. Otherwise, if you just did the 1 package like I did, then you could probably put it in an 8-inch shallow pan. Okay, so we're just going to add it and just mix it in with the other dip that I already had made. I don't like to just have things like really kind of smashed down with a lot of the different dips. I just like to kind of keep them so that it's kind of like a little bit airier rather than having it really smashed or evenly spread. That's not totally necessary. And then just before you're ready to bake, then I just garnish it with a little bit of paprika. Basically what your crab spread is going to look like. So I just happened to have an extra crab spread that I made, which just came out of the oven. It's ready to come out of the oven. So when it started to get brown, I just put some foil on it. And then you can just add some bread. A baguette bread is very nice. You can slice them, you know, kind of thin. I know sometimes at a restaurant we've had them where they're a little bit thicker and maybe even a little bit larger. And we're just going to try this. And as you can see, it turns out pretty soft. And it's very hot, so when you have your first bite, make sure that you don't burn your mouth. I hate it when I do that because then it just seems like you wreck the rest of your meal. So, and there you have it. So I just have to also give you a little update as I finish the show today. Our son Matthew and Alana got off to Tokyo. We took them to Minneapolis last Thursday on the 18th, and they were flying, or on the 19th, and they were flying on the 20th, whichever day was Friday. It's a blur right now, but they ended up not getting a whole lot of sleep the first night as they arrived in Tokyo about 10:30 on Saturday night, which was actually about 8 o'clock or so on our Sunday morning. It's a 14-hour time difference. So anyway, but Matthew called us, FaceTimed us, so we're going to be doing some Instagrams, a FaceTime, and different things. And so we're going to keep in touch, and we'll hopefully get some recipes that we can share with you on A Slice of Heaven. So until our next show, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Enjoy making a new dip for, you know, a party perhaps. So until next time, happy cooking. It is good. Our kids love all of these different spreads that we do. So I think you'll enjoy this one. So that's going to be our crabby cheese spread. Cheesy crab spread. You gotta cut that out.